kudos, shout out, respect to him. It's not going to take that long before Trayshawn Brown becomes a household name. The former three-star recruit has been a revelation since joining the Crimson Tide, and he's taking full advantage of the opportunities in front of him. Brown was excellent again during Thursday's scrimmage. While he probably won't start over junior Daniel Hill, it's pretty clear that the freshman has earned the trust of the coaching staff and is set for a major role in his first year in Tuscaloosa. And we may very damn well see running back by committee, which I have no problem with that. You know, any one of those guys can get the job done for sure. You know, you just feel more comfortable. You just feel more and more comfortable with him out there, DeBoer said after Thursday's scrimmage. And that goes a long way. You know, which player the coaches feel comfortable with on the field, which players the coaches feel will protect the ball, not put it on the ground. It all plays a part. More notes from Alabama's final fall camp scrimmage. Sophomore wide receiver Derek Meadows was noted by DeBoer as having a good day on Thursday. Meadows has seen increased opportunities with Lord Sear Brooks sideline and continues to push for a starting spot with junior Rico Scott. The offensive line continues to generate optimism recently. Scrimmage onlookers noted that the line held its own much better this week than last against the defensive line. This follows comments from Alabama center Rayson Delgado on Wednesday that were oozing with confidence. That's good. So the O-line is showing progress. The O-line is showing commitment to the run. You just compare scrimmages. They were much better this scrimmage than last scrimmage, holding their own. That's very important, man. And we know if you can hold your own, you can be physical at the point of attack against this Bama defense, this Bama O-line. You can hang and bang with any defense in the country. I stand on that 10 toes down. And then your center, the main communicator on the O-line, he says, you better believe we're going to run the ball. You better believe we have confidence in running the ball all day, all night. Show you're right. So all of it adds up. All of it adds up. Continue to grow and get better. You know? Here we go, man. Keith in the building. Keith Holcomb in the building. What up, brother? Skull Vikes. Let's get it, man. Let's work. Roll Tide. Let's Roll Tide, first time catching your podcast. Hey, much appreciated, Keith. I don't know what's up with the algorithm and what's going on with the notice, but hey, man, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that bell as well, brother. Roll Tide full of pride. Ain't nothing rolling but the damn tide. Here we go. Yes, man. He said, I was a Bama. Who Yang said, I was a Bama fan. I love when Kwesi and O'Connell traded back and let the Lions take that receiver from Bama. Shout out J-Mo, man. J-Mo's a real dog. Let's go. Yeah. Grubb seems to be locked in this year. Let's hope so. Let's hope so, Keith. I tell you what, he better be locked in, brother, right? You know, Ryan Grubb must get it together. The offensive success, firepower, whatever you may say, run game starts and ends with Ryan Grubb. So he better be locked in this year. A lot on the line this year, right, Keith? We need to see him lean on the run. A lot of times last year, he stopped running the ball for whatever reason. He got pass heavy. Now, I'm not saying don't be aggressive. I love his aggressive mentality. I love him attacking downfield, but you have to learn and know when to run the ball, when to break a team down. It has to start with the run, right? The foundation of your offense should start with the run game, brother, period. You know it. I know it. And then you go from there. That's when the stretch in the field happens, big plays happen, play action, all that. But you must start with the run, especially in the playoffs. I mean, hell, that's a whole new season. You got to be physical at every level, high school, college, NFL. Every level, you run the ball. Look at the Seahawks last year. Look at Indiana last year. Trenches, man, where the games are won. And not only that, consistency in the trenches as well. Right? Here we go. He said, absolutely. We know what's up. You know, at this point, Keith, we all know what needs to change. The good, the bad, the ugly about this offense. The question is, can they make it happen? You have enough talent. I don't care about the new faces you brought in through the portal. You've had an ample amount of time to get them in order and make sure they're playing on the same accord. Right? First off, communication. How was the communication off the rip? You know, does everyone know their role and are they playing it well? We're going to see, Keith. We're going to see, man. But I tell you what, brother, I'm very excited about this team in general, overall, you know, overall. But they must get this QB decision right. Hey, let me know, Keith, how you feel about the quarterbacks. Which quarterback do you think should be number one, man? Let me know in the chat for real. Is it Keelan Russell or Austin Mack? I believe that this team is going to surprise some people. Me too. See, the good thing about this year, Keith, everybody's sleeping on us. Let them sleep, though. Let them sleep, right? We're going to wake them up quickly and swiftly. No denying it. But you're absolutely correct. This team has a lot of talent, man, for real. Defensive and offensive side of the ball. I feel like the secondary will be the best in the country. The best in the country, hands down, man, down. I stand on that 10 toes down. Matter of fact, very excited though. But we gotta lock in. Let's get back to it. Where we at here? We're gonna run the ball this year. I'll tell you that, Del Gotti said. I love it. I love it. And Del Gotti, a transfer portal guy, just his swagger, his demeanor, his confidence. Matter of fact, I think I'm gonna break his interview down as well. But you need that on the O-line. You know, your center, especially the main communicator on your O-line, you want him to be confident. You want him to have belief. You know, you want your O-line to run the ball. The offensive linemen should want to run the ball. They should love when you're running the ball, right? They can straight up dominate. I want pure domination. Here we go. Dre Kirkpatrick Jr. continues to make plays in camp. Dre Kirkpatrick Jr. is a real dog. If he can stay healthy and stay out of trouble, keep his mind right. I love his physicality. I love his aggression. And he's a ball hawk. Pay attention to Drake Kirkpatrick Jr., man. When you make a name for yourself in these scrimmages, it cannot be ignored. I repeat, when you make a name for yourself in these scrimmages, man, they cannot ignore it. And Drake Kirkpatrick Jr. has been doing that all camp. Here we go. Where we at here? Kirkpatrick has a nose for the football and seems to always be in the right place at the right time to make a big play. Alabama's incredibly deep at safety, but it appears the rising junior is going to have a role this season. His playmaking is hard to keep on the sideline. Alabama got out of yesterday's scrimmage mostly injury-free, outside of the guys who were already nicked up. The board noted that transfer cornerback Nick Sherman went down with a lower extremity injury and will be evaluated. Sherman was a depth piece, but he's the second corner, joining Jordan Edmonds to go down in camp. And injuries, injuries are part of it. How was your depth chart at the end of the day? That's really how championship teams are built, right? Your depth chart. Do you have talent on your depth chart? Can guys step up and fill in when their names are called? So let's get back to it. Now I want to get into some more camp talk, but DeBoer talk. Hold on. So let's get into some Alabama fall camp depth chart projections for the quarterback position right quick, man. Here we go. Second. Keelan probably has more upside, but we could get it done with either. Both have different strengths. Big facts, Keith. Big facts, brother. No doubt. Definitely on the money with that, man. And that's a good situation to be in. Whichever quarterback you go with, can play ball, can handle the big moments, can get the job done. Definitely, man. Both bring different things to the table, but they are both capable of being a solid quarterback for this offense. right? Especially with this run. If we have a run game, you expect the run game to be much improved. So on top of that, and the run game will help your quarterback. That's just the natural effect of it. So I feel good, which would either way they go. I don't have no certain pick in this. May the best man win. That's all I want. The best man on the field, the best men on the field, right? The best 11. That's it. You know, but shout out to K-Dog and Ryan Grubb for keeping their word, so to say, as far as this battle goes. It will really be the best man for the job. No favoritism, no bullshit, or nothing like that. You know? Let's get it. Blessed to have two QBs with high skill sets. Definitely, Keith. That's very rare, right? Very rare. And not to mention Elijah Haven coming in next year. More talent. More talent, brother. But that's definitely great to have on your squad. Yes, let's get to it. So we're going to look at the quarterbacks, projected starters and stuff. Projected starter, they got Keelan Russell, rotational none. Possible climbers, Austin Mack. Others, Jeff Tamala, Tayne Evan Kawhi, John Gazaniga. Here we go, man. Let's check out some of the thoughts. We specifically saved this depth chart projection for last, as we were hoping to get enough information from both scrimmages to make as educated or of a prediction as possible. Mission accomplished, right? Prior to the second and final scrimmage on Thursday, Pete Nakos with On 3 predicted that Keelan Russell would win the job. Then Chris Lowe, also of On 3, followed up that prediction with the following tweet. Would expect Kalen DeBoer to name Keelan Russell the starter by early next week. He's been excellent this preseason and gives Alabama more playmaking ability at the QB position, throws a really nice ball. And I've heard that a lot this offseason, just about the spiral on the ball, the way he can flick it with the wrist. So he may be ahead. He may be the leader of the pack right now. But it could definitely change, man. It definitely change, man. Let's see. Austin Mack is a good quarterback, and his story is far from finished. The California native is massive, 6'6", 237 pounds. Plus, he's got some mobility and great arm talent. And from all indications, he's had a good offseason and a strong fall camp. So if Russell does win this job, it will say way more about him than it does about Mack. With that said, the ceiling of this Alabama offense is higher with Russell at the helm. And that's pretty much what it is. I mean, you want the best man on the field. Both guys can definitely get the job done, but who is the best man right now? A lot of people say Keelan. We're going to see. We're definitely going to see, man. Now I want to get into some Kalen DeBoer talk, see what he had to say. But the quarterback position, that's pretty much it, man. That's pretty much it. You know, so now we just got to wait and see. Now we have to wait and see. But I would say that K-Dog should make, I believe K-Dog will make a decision probably Monday or Tuesday. I don't see why he will wait any longer than that. We got what, 2 weeks until the first game. So now it's time to start locking in, honing in on your quarterback, his skills, and just the communication, getting that real cohesion with the O-line, with the receiving core, and running backs, tight ends, etc. So I say Monday and Tuesday, man. Definitely we'll know something from K-Dog. Let me know how you feel in the chat. Will it be Monday or Tuesday when we find out? Give me 1 second here. Boom. Let's get to it.
About a little over 90 play scrimmage, about 80 plays with the one.
So he said 90 play scrimmage. So I believe the scrimmage probably was about hour and a half, 2 hours. But a 90 play scrimmage is a lot of plays, right? Right. So you've seen more than enough to make a decision on your quarterback room, and whatever other situational, whatever other position battles you may have going on right now. 90 plays, that's a lot. A lot of footage on the field, a lot of film on the field, right? A lot of good, solid work on the field. So whatever battles you have going on, it's time to make decisions off the rip. Let's get it, man. He said, come September 5th, we will know more. Straight up, Keith. True story, Keith. True story, brother. Hey, what I always say, Keith, you cannot run from competition. You cannot run from the season for a reason. Here we go, man. Let's get back to it. You cannot run from the season, man. It's coming whether you like it or not, whether you read it or not. Here we go. Let's work. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Ones and twos, finished up with some threes. Good work in all areas of the field. So just probably the general feel, I think, of the week would be that we made a lot of progress. I felt like we consistently get better. There's no drop-offs, and that's what I want to see. We still got some big weeks ahead. I think that it was this time a year ago where we did continue to take those strides. So that'll be the challenge moving forward. But some good stuff to learn from. Love having the officials out there. We were much cleaner, especially pre-snap in this scrimmage than what we were last scrimmage, and even in the week of practice. So it was good to see that. But just getting their input and interpretations on some things, it's good to have the officials out there. So a lot of the guys that you'd expect, I think, are doing a good job. And managing the scrimmage, you don't see it all. So, but there's a lot of guys I think that you'd expect, the starters in particular, that I think just consistently do their thing. And so some guys that I'm sure you'll ask about that are behind them that are pushing for spots. So we got some competition still going at a number of places, and that's healthy for our football team.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought today was a really good day.
Thanks, Coach.
And anytime you may have some tough decisions to make, as far as starters, rotation, or players go, that's a good thing to have. That means you have talent all on your depth chart. That means you have guys who can step up and fill in when their number is called, can play at a high level and set the Bama standard, the Bama way. So the fact that some of these competitions are getting deep in the thick of it, still decisions to be made, is a plus for Bama. Let's go.
With Charlie on the far right.
Yeah, hey Coach, just what did the quarterback show you today, and do you feel ready to make a decision after the second scrimmage?
Yeah, I mean, I think that, again, I'm looking at the whole thing. I mean, of course, it does matter when you get to a scrimmage. And you scrimmage literally every day to some extent in practice, moving the ball, playing the situations. And so today was just more of that. And, you kind of get a pretty good idea. But stepping inside of Brian Denny, kind of the day is really devoted to a scrimmage. And so, what do you got? It is important to perform at your best on a day like today. But I think it's just been consistent. I think, again, when I say pre-snap, it is everyone, but I think a lot of that starts with the quarterback, right? How he comes in the huddle. I think they're clean with, the command and calls and getting the line of scrimmage. I would say.
And that's another thing right there as well. Command of the offense. Are you a great leader? Can you control the game, control the ball? Are you a great field general? It's about talent, but it's not just about talent, right? You have to have other characteristics per se to be a great quarterback in college, NFL, high school, even whatever level, man. The higher you go up in rank, the more you need to be capable of doing. But who's a great leader? You don't got to be necessarily a vocal leader. It's a plus, but making example, leading by example. So a lot of factors play a role in determining the QB1.
This, I think, pre-snap, any checks, I felt like they were on it on another level than what they were a week ago, which is what you'd expect.
Mm-hmm. Progress right there. Getting better every week, every day, matter of fact. When he said, hold on, let's see here. I also think that the philosophy of player retention is going to play huge dividends in the future. Yeah, definitely, Keith. Hey, Keith coming in hot on the spot, man. Let's get it. Roll Tide, man. For sure. How many players can you retain, right, Keith? Especially in this era of college football. How many players can you retain? With the NIL, with the transfer portal, can you keep them in the building? It's tough to do, but it must be done. But that's a great comment, man. A true story. True story right there, Keith. True story, man. Retention. Can you retain some of your best players? I mean, you know, teams going to come with the money, with the bag, with the tampering and all that. You know, can you create a system? Can you create an atmosphere that players want to remain in?